You love getting spooked? Do you? Do you? You sick bastard. Anyways, Resident Evil 7 is in my wheelhouse for what I consider a spoopy game. Not a spooky game, mind you. A spoopy, with a P. The game that brought back the Resident Evil franchise from falling into the pits of Tartarus, unlike, one other video game franchise, Silent Hill. Even today, the game still holds, I think, in my heart, a solid 9 out of 10, if not slightly higher, my own personal gripes aside, and admittedly the game not aging as well as I had hoped. Don't get old, folks. I still remember waiting for the midnight release of this game at GameStop, picking up my copy after work. Remember when we bought things in the store instead of downloading it? I start to understand my father more every day now. Putting it on and playing it the first time was incredible. Graphically, it's beautiful. Not Mia, per se, and definitely not Marguerite, but an impressive and noticeable graphical enhancement, and especially from the previous entries in the franchise thanks to the newer RE engine. I'm pretty sure they used real meat to properly get the textures right. Who wants In-N-Out? It was such a departure from designer mansions, police stations, Africa, being thrown into the bayou in the middle of a swamp almost, where you are confronted with some horrifying monstrosities, in which this game beautifully renders, and renders very well.
What the fuck? That's special.
It's beautiful, and a game that will age exceptionally well in the years to come, at least graphically. That alone makes this damn near a classic for me. The story, a mixed bag, and where a lot of the controversies, issues, problems, and plot conveniences always occur. It's intriguing, yet confusing, and makes me ponder one specific question. Where the hell are they gonna go with this story? When you first play it, you are Ethan Winters, a young man looking for his wife who was lost at sea, going to New Orleans on what clearly looks like spam email, only to get captured and murdered? Spoilers. Revived and forced to escape a terrifyingly mind-controlled family who are very scary and really, really bad at holding hostages.
Do I have your attention, boy? You're about to see something wonderful. Oh, fuck!
I mean, first you think, crazy family, okay. Then you think, oh, it's probably some virus, it's Resident Evil. Then it's not that, it's mold. Then it's not that, then it's maybe ghosts? Nope, not at all. Then it goes back to this mold, and then you go to the ship where the past is revealed. Then it's another pharmaceutical conspiracy where a new group is creating more bioweapons, but this time in the form of the most psychotic little child ever. And then Chris Redfield comes around near the end, I think. Never get plastic surgery, folks. And the roids. What always sells me about Resident Evil games, even the older ones, whether it's the original RE2, the 1 remake, 0 even, is how they play. They're not hard games, they're just complicated and difficult enough to where you may die, but you always come back and say, I can do it though. I just can't mess up on this one part, and I'll get through to the next section. At least that's what I say to myself. If I totally did suck at playing the games, it's totally not me. Jokes aside, I am personally a big fan of this style of animation. Smaller inventory, movement, blocking, shooting, which Ethan sucks at since he doesn't normally use guns, although I personally have to say reloading with one arm is a pro gamer move. It's immersive is my point. Something a lot of games today do not understand sufficiently, and a big reason why I think a lot of games are the way they are. If you play Madhouse, good luck. Godspeed. Now let's go back just a little bit, because when this did come out, there was a lot of skepticism and a lot of curiosity for the game. It had been years since a mainline Resident Evil game had come out, and the last one that did was interesting, to say the least. But when it did, oh boy, did a lot of people change their tune. Oh, it's first person, and oh, it's not a Resident Evil game. Well, that changed to, whoa, it's just as immersive and honestly kind of claustrophobic. Oh, it's not really survival horror, which it is, although in fairness, I'm a purist myself when it comes to survival horror, and control schemes do impact whether it's an old school and or newer school. I like tank controls personally. I don't think survival horror needs to have tank controls. Don't be mad at me. To even simplify it more, it's like Resident Evil 6 was like my girl expecting a wonderful dinner and getting an overdone steak and gross mashed potatoes because I wanted to make something cool and I just way overdid it. And she tried to enjoy it, but probably will never want to eat that meal ever again. Resident Evil 7 is me cooking for my girl, and I tell her, I'm going to be making something I never make, but I follow a recipe. I get the good ingredients. fresh onions, you know what I mean? I listen to what she wants, and I don't do too much. Next thing you know, I present it to her, and she's amazed at how good it actually tastes. True story, by the way. Resident Evil 7 brings back memories for me. It's a reminder for why I love this series. The last and strongest by far horror franchise still churning out games left and right, and generally the only franchise I'd buy personally full price games from. Capcom, you messed up a lot. What company hasn't? But you listen when it comes to Resident Evil, and you hear our voices and give us what we craved. Cool. Yeah. Except for a Resident Evil 3 remake. Yikes. But hey, what wonderful save room music though. Enjoy.